Congratulations on requesting your free fluency guide. It will be delivered to your email inbox very soon. Your goal is to become a more confident, fluent English speaker, and this new guide is going to help you do exactly that. But I also wanted to give you some exclusive bonus video training to help you dramatically improve your spoken English and fluency fast. Does that sound good? In this video, you'll discover the world's greatest English fluency hack. A fluency building technique that's faster, easier, and more powerful than traditional methods that will give you the key to speaking more naturally and conversationally. Wouldn't you like to do that to sound much more like a native speaker? And building a huge vocabulary rapidly to boosting your speaking confidence and speed, sounding smoother and more natural, thinking more like a native speaker, and expressing yourself automatically and fluently by doing just one simple thing. Does that sound good? Are you ready to improve your speaking confidence and fluency by doing just one thing? But first, you must understand why this hack is so important if you want to speak English fluently. Fluency is so difficult because it's what I call a combination skill. This means that many skills must come together to unlock fluency, like the numbers on a combination lock. To speak English fluently, you must be able to understand native English speakers, know conversational spoken English vocabulary like slang and idioms, use correct grammar automatically and without thinking, pronounce words clearly and smoothly, have the confidence to express yourself, and communicate naturally and without hesitation. And if even one of these skills is weak or missing, you will struggle to speak, just like a lock that won't open if even one number is incorrect. This explains why so many learners who know lots of words but lack confidence can't speak fluently. Do you know anyone like that who knows lots of words but just can't quite express themselves in conversations? Or maybe they forget the words they want to say when they speak? This also explains why people who understand a lot of English but can't pronounce words clearly aren't successful communicators. And to make fluency even more frustrating, most learners don't know which skill to improve first, or what order to improve their skills in. The whole process can be very painful, especially if you're learning by yourself and you don't really know what to do. There is so much to learn and so many skills to develop. How can you possibly do it all without spending years trying to learn how to communicate fluently? Well, the exciting news is that you can develop all of your skills at the same time by doing just one thing. And this one thing is the world's greatest English fluency hack. Are you ready to know what it is? You can begin using it immediately to become a fluent speaker much faster. This secret to fast fluency and English speaking success is so simple yet so powerful. All you have to do is learn phrasal verbs. If you don't know what phrasal verbs are, they are the more conversational forms of complex verbs, and they are the most important part of spoken English. Let's look at an example. Here we have somebody that doesn't look very healthy and happy right now. He looks sick. Now, a way of expressing this in a more complex way is to say he contracted a sickness. To contract a sickness. This is a word, contract, that you might see on a difficult test like the TOEIC or the TOEFL. But a much more conversational way, the way native speakers would describe this in an everyday conversation, is to come down with a sickness. To come down with is a phrasal verb. Notice that with the phrasal verb come down with, we're taking three very simple words and just combining them together to make a more complex idea of becoming sick. Isn't that great? This means that you don't have to learn a lot of difficult words even to express more complex ideas, if you know phrasal verbs. Now let's test your knowledge. Try to make the following sentences more conversational. In spring, new flowers began appearing quickly all over the field. Can you make appearing quickly more conversational? Let's replace it with pop up. In spring, new flowers began popping up all over the field. Just think about pieces of popcorn exploding, pop, 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 just like many flowers in a field blooming at the same time. Let's try another one. The company is going bankrupt, losing all of its money. How can we express going bankrupt or losing money in a conversational way? We can say the company is going under, losing all of its money. To go under means to go bankrupt or to lose all of your money. But again, we're taking go and under and combining them to make a more difficult idea of going bankrupt and expressing it in a very simple and easy to understand way. Now that you understand what phrasal verbs are, why do they give you the fastest way to build fluency? Well, learning phrasal verbs helps you understand the language of real conversations, movies, TV shows, and native English speakers. Like many English learners, you've probably noticed that the English you see in conversations is different from what you find in textbooks, and a lot of this language is phrasal verbs. So, if you understand and can use phrasal verbs, you have a much better chance of understanding and communicating in a natural way. Next, you can multiply your vocabulary very quickly when you learn phrasal verbs. You've already seen come down with, go under, and pop up. And these are just examples of using simple words that you already understand, but if you can combine these words in different ways, then you can make thousands of different and more complex verbs. Isn't that exciting? This means you don't have to study long lists of difficult vocabulary. All you have to do is learn a few words, understand their meanings, and then begin to combine them in different ways, just like native speakers do. And this is how you grow a huge vocabulary quickly. Phrasal verbs also help you use correct grammar without thinking. And one of the ways that phrasal verbs do this is because they are so simple, you can train in different tenses with them, like go out or went out or will be going out. And as you train with much more simple vocabulary, you can become a much more fluent and automatic user of grammar very quickly. Next, phrasal verbs also help you pronounce words clearly and more smoothly. And they do this because you're learning words together, which is exactly the same way native speakers learn. Usually, learners will study lists of individual words, but native speakers are studying groups of words together, called phrases. And when you learn phrases together, you learn how the words in these phrases blend together. And this is exactly what you get when you study phrasal verbs. So if you want to have a fast way of improving your pronunciation and sounding more native, you have to learn phrasal verbs. Next, they also give you the confidence to express yourself. And they do this because, again, they are very simple. They give you a really simple way to express yourself, even more complex ideas like going bankrupt or contracting a sickness, but in a very simple way. So you become very quick and much more confident when you're in conversations. And when you put all of these things together, they help you communicate naturally and without hesitation. Isn't that fantastic? You learn phrasal verbs and you train all of your skills at the same time, and this means you can make the fastest improvement possible in your speaking confidence and fluency. So, to sum up, and sum up is another great phrasal verb that native speakers use when they want to say in conclusion or when they're finishing something. So, to sum up, phrasal verbs are the most important part of spoken English. Learning them gives you the fastest way to develop all of your fluency skills, and you must master them if you want to speak English fluently. Does all of this make sense? Do you agree with everything I've said so far? Phrasal verbs really do give you everything you need if you just want to study one thing, to focus on one thing to become a fluent speaker much faster. But there's just one problem. Phrasal verbs can be very difficult to learn. Learners who study phrasal verbs by themselves rarely know which phrasal verbs they should learn or in what order to learn them. Many phrasal verbs also have multiple meanings. The phrasal verb take down, for example, can mean to move something from a higher level to a lower one. But it can also mean to write notes. I was taking down notes in my class. Next, different phrasal verbs can have the same or similar meanings, so it's difficult to know which you should use in a situation. Drop by and stop by can have the same meaning, but they can also be used in slightly different ways. Next, it's difficult to know when to use a phrasal verb. Clean up is an example. How do you know whether you should use clean or clean up? Next, some are separable while others aren't, and this just means you can separate the words of the phrasal verb in the sentence. As an example, pick up, you can pick something up or pick up something, but care for cannot be separated. You wouldn't say, I care my mother for, you would say, I care for my mother. Next, without history, understanding some phrasal verbs is almost impossible. Most English learners don't know why native speakers say hang up a phone, especially when they're just pressing a button on a modern smartphone. The history is that the phone used to be on the wall, and you would hang up the phone just like you hang up a coat when you go inside. And if you learn phrasal verbs the wrong way, you will only become more confused and frustrated. So let me ask you a question. We have covered a lot in this video training already, and there is so much more I'd like to teach you. So, would you like my help to learn phrasal verbs the right way so you can become a confident, fluent English speaker fast? Wouldn't that be great, to have someone show you exactly what to do so you can learn them quickly and remember them forever? If yes, I have a very special limited time offer for you. I've created a unique video program called the Visual Guide to Phrasal Verbs. The Visual Guide to Phrasal Verbs gives you 16 video lessons that teach some of the most commonly used phrasal verbs you'll find in movies, TV shows, and conversations. You also learn more than 250 essential phrasal verbs visually. This is exactly how native speakers learn phrasal verbs, and when you learn like this, they become really easy to remember and use automatically. There are over 600 usages, more than 1,000 examples. There are also mini stories and quizzes to test your knowledge of everything you learn, plus bonus audio versions of every video, full subtitles, and transcripts included. There's also a complete glossary of every phrasal verb covered so you can review everything easily. There are no boring lists to study, no memorization required, and you can master the whole program in just 15 minutes a day. With the Visual Guide to Phrasal Verbs, I show you exactly which phrasal verbs to learn, the specific order in which to learn for the fastest improvement. I answer your questions before you ask them in the program, and this prevents you from making mistakes when you speak. And I train you to use the right phrasal verbs at the right time automatically. Doesn't that sound great? Knowing exactly what to say in conversations without forgetting your words or having to think and translate in your head before you speak? Plus, this unique program comes with our interactive video player and subtitles. With this unique video player, you can control the amount of time between each section of text. Phrases and sentences in the video are highlighted in yellow as they're covered in the video. And with our video player, you can control how much time between these sections, so if you want more time to practice repeating or to speak along with us, you can set that for 5 seconds or 10 seconds or longer. And you can also control the amount of times each section of text repeats. So if you want to practice saying something a few times, you can. 2 times, 3 times, or as many times as you'd like. And the best part about the interactive transcript is you can click anywhere at any time and it will jump to that section of the video. So if you want to find a specific word or phrase to practice, it's just a click away. But the greatest value of the program comes from the proven 3-step system I use to help you learn phrasal verbs just like natives. So that by the end of the program, you will have the key to mastering thousands of phrasal verbs all by yourself. Isn't that exciting? This means you'll be able to create your own phrasal verbs and know exactly what you should be using because you'll be thinking more like native speakers. This powerful video program was designed with learners just like you, and our students love it. The lessons are great. There are simple sentences showing how phrasal verbs work, nicely visualized and read by you with a nice American accent. Your way of guiding the student is so clear and gentle. If there is an Oscar for English teaching, you should have it. Thanks a lot, Frank, from Germany. I didn't expect that this course would be so amazing. It's easy to understand with many examples. Finally, I'm really enjoying learning English. I can't say thank you enough. Miroslav, from Czech Republic. And Ivan from Venezuela says, I can only say congratulations. The quality of your work is the best. I'm very happy because I feel I've been learning things that I didn't know, and I am using them in my conversations. Thanks again. Phrasal verbs really do give you the fastest way to build all of your fluency skills. And in the program, you will learn phrasal verbs the right way so you can use them correctly and automatically when you speak. You will build a huge vocabulary of thousands of useful phrasal verbs that you can use without thinking. And you will gain the key to quickly becoming a fluent, successful English speaker fast. You can see why this unique program is valued at $295. And right now on our website, you can find it for just $97. But because I know you're serious about becoming a fluent speaker and you want to improve all of your skills as quickly as possible, you can get the entire program now for just one payment of $19 today. Click the button below to join now. But because I'm looking for serious learners ready to start now, this valuable discount is available for a very limited time only. Of course, there is a complete 100% money-back guarantee. Sign up today, and if you don't like it for any reason, just let me know within 60 days of purchase and we'll refund you 100%. Does that sound fair? You're getting a complete program that's going to help you improve your English as quickly as possible, and if it doesn't do everything we say it will, just ask for your money back. Click on the button below to join now. Remember, because phrasal verbs are essential to English speaking success, you now have two choices. The first is to learn phrasal verbs alone, but by choosing this option, you will likely continue to struggle and have much more difficulty becoming a fluent speaker quickly. Or you could learn phrasal verbs with a proven expert guide. Right now, I'm offering the chance to help you learn exactly what you should be learning in the fastest way possible so you can become a fluent speaker. Wouldn't you like to have someone there to show you exactly what to do, to protect you from making mistakes, and to show you exactly how you should be learning for the fastest improvement possible? With the visual guide to phrasal verbs, it's fun, fast, and easy, and you will surprise everyone with how much more native you sound almost instantly. Again, here's everything you're getting with the visual guide to phrasal verbs. 16 videos you can use on your computer, on your phone, on your tablet, on any other device. Of course, you also get the audio versions of these, and you get the full subtitles so you know exactly what you're learning and can review it easily. It really is a unique program, and right now you're getting a fantastic discount you won't find anywhere else, but only if you act now. And you can get the entire program right now for just one payment of $19 today. So click on the link below to join, and I can't wait to see you in the program.